She was standing at the lobby desk like she owned the place, barking orders at some poor receptionist. I parked my dusty truck right in front of the glass doors, and every head in that fancy lobby turned toward me. I had been gone for 6 months out in Alaska, working seasonal jobs to pay off the last of my late father's debts. When I left, my land was just a quiet, grassy stretch near the lake. No house, no fences, just mine. Now, there was a 3-story hotel sitting on it, bright neon sign blinking, Lakeview Suites, managed by HOA. The woman, Karen obviously, stormed out of the sliding doors before I could even shut my truck door. "You can't park there," she snapped. "This is private property." I smiled, leaning against my truck. Good to know, because that private property is mine. She laughed like I just told the best joke in the world. "No, this entire development is part of the HOA now. We built this hotel to boost the community economy. You abandoned the lot. You don't own it anymore." My stomach twisted, but I didn't let it show. "You might want to check the county records before you say that again." Her face went red. "Sir, if you don't leave right now, I'll have you arrested for trespassing." That's when a couple of men in polo shirts appeared behind her. Security guards, or at least they were dressed like it. They blocked the entrance like I was about to rob the place. I took a step forward, calm as ever. "Arrest me? On my own land? I'd like to see you try." A few guests with suitcases stopped to watch. Phones came out. Someone whispered, "What's going on?" Karen straightened her blazer and hissed, "You left for half a year. You forfeited your claim. This is HOA property now, and if you cause a scene, I'll call the sheriff." I almost laughed. "Yeah," I said, "you do that. Call him. Ask for Deputy Reed. He'll be real interested to hear about this hotel." Her eyes flickered for just a second, like she recognized the name but didn't know what to do with it. That tiny flicker told me there was something here, something I could use. I wasn't just going to walk away. Not this time.
Karen's smile snapped back in place, but her voice had a sharp edge now. "Deputy Reed isn't going to save you. The sheriff's office already approved our development months ago. We have permits, everything's legal." I raised an eyebrow. "Permits? For building a hotel on my land? That's a neat trick." She crossed her arms. "You weren't here. You didn't respond to our notices, so the HOA took over. We have the right to reclaim abandoned property." A couple of guests whispered again, curious. One even filmed us openly. I caught his eye and gave a small shrug, as if to say, "Keep recording." "Abandoned property?" I said slowly. "Lady, I was gone for 6 months, not 60 years, and my taxes are paid up to date. That means the land's still mine." Karen's lips tightened. "Security," she barked. "Escort this man off the premises before I call the police." The 2 guards stepped closer, but before they could touch me, a black and white SUV rolled into the driveway, county sheriff's logo gleaming on the side. Karen's confident smirk faltered for a split second. Deputy Reed climbed out, adjusting his hat, clearly confused by the scene. "What's happening here?" Karen hurried forward like she was welcoming an old friend. "Oh, thank goodness you're here. We have a trespasser harassing our guests." Reed's eyes slid past her and landed on me. His face shifted immediately into a grin. "Well, I'll be damned. Thought you were still up north." Karen blinked. You know him?" Reed walked over to me and offered a handshake. "You kidding? I served under his dad for 10 years. This is Luke Tanner. This land's been in his family since the 40s. The whispers around us grew louder. Karen's face drained of color. "Wait, that can't be right. The HOA board told me—" Reed's grin vanished. "Karen, you better tell me exactly what this board's been up to, because unless Luke sold it, this whole fancy hotel is standing on his deeded property." Karen stammered something about paperwork, about the board taking temporary custodianship because I had abandoned the land. Reed's eyes narrowed. Temporary custodianship doesn't let you build a hotel. We're talking about trespassing, fraud, maybe even land theft. Karen's voice rose higher. No, it's not like that. We had approval. I cut her off, keeping my voice calm but loud enough for the crowd. Karen, the thing about lying is that someone always keeps the receipts. I've got mine sitting in my truck. The tension in the air thickened. Guests kept recording. Even the guards shifted uncomfortably, glancing at each other. Karen finally snapped, pointing at me. You'll regret this. We can still settle this quietly. Just sign over the deed and we'll compensate you. I tilted my head. You want me to sell you the land your hotel's already on? Now, why would I do that when by law, everything built here belongs to me? Karen's jaw dropped. Reed smirked and muttered, Oh, this is gonna be interesting.
Karen's mouth opened and closed like she was trying to find the right words, but all that came out was, That's not how it works. I folded my arms. Pretty sure it is. Anything permanently built on private land becomes the landowner's property. You put up a whole hotel without permission. So, congratulations. You just improved my land for free. A ripple of laughter broke out among the bystanders. A man near the entrance whispered, Dude just scored a hotel. And a couple of guests chuckled. Karen's face burned red. She swung back to Reed, her voice sharp. This is ridiculous. We were told he wasn't coming back. The board had every right to make use of abandoned land. He's lying about paying his taxes. Check the records. Reed pulled out his tablet, tapping through county files. It didn't take him long. He turned the screen toward her. Paid in full, Karen. Property taxes, county assessments, even the flood insurance. He's current. Karen blinked, stunned. That's impossible. The board... I stepped closer, lowering my voice so only she could hear. I don't give up land. Ever. My dad's ashes are buried under that oak by the lake. You think I'd just walk away from that? For a moment, she looked genuinely unsettled. Then the anger rushing back. You can't just show up and claim everything. The HOA invested thousands, millions into this hotel. We have contracts, I cut her off. Maybe you do, but you don't have me. And unless your contracts are signed by me, they're worth nothing. Karen's voice turned shrill. Fine, we'll see about that in court. Reed crossed his arms. Oh, you will. But here's the thing. You just admitted you built without the owner's permission. That's already illegal. I'd be real careful about how much more you say. Karen glanced around at the guests, at the phone still recording. Her lips pressed into a thin line. Then she straightened, trying to regain control. This isn't over. The HOA has powerful attorneys. You won't be laughing when they're done with you. I leaned casually against my truck again. Oh, I'm counting on it. You might want to warn your board because the lawyer they'll be facing is my sister. That got another round of murmurs. Karen froze, eyes narrowing as if she wasn't sure whether to believe me. I smiled just enough to let her wonder. And she hates bullies even more than I do. Karen's phone started ringing, probably someone from the board, while Reed looked at me and said quietly, Do you want me to shut this place down for trespass until the county sorts it out? I didn't answer right away. Instead, I looked past the hotel toward the lake, where a few boats bobbed in the water. Something felt off. Not yet, I said slowly. I want to know why they built this hotel here, of all places. There's more to this than just a land grab. Karen's phone slipped slightly in her hand. She'd heard me, and for a split second, there was something in her eyes. Fear.
Karen turned away, pretending to take the call, but I could hear the tremble in her voice. Yes, he's here. No, he knows. I'm handling it. That fear in her eyes wasn't about losing a lawsuit. It was about something she didn't want me or anyone else to discover. Reed noticed it too. Luke, he said quietly, you feel that? She's hiding something. Want me to push a little? I shook my head. Not yet. Let her think she's still in control. People like her always slip up when they panic. Karen hung up and spun around with forced confidence. Enjoy your little victory. The board will deal with you soon enough. We have more important guests arriving tonight. VIP investors. You'll regret interfering. Investors? I echoed, frowning. For what? The hotel's already built. She smirked. You'll find out. Or maybe you won't, if you're smart enough to leave. With that, she stormed back inside, heels clicking across the shiny tile floor. The guards hesitated, then followed her in. Reed muttered under his breath, She's bluffing. Nobody with sense invests in stolen property. I glanced at the glowing hotel sign again. Unless there's something under the property worth more than the hotel. Reed's brow furrowed. Like what? I didn't answer. My dad used to say the lake wasn't just water and mud, that the old Tanner land had secrets buried deep. He'd never explained what he meant, and I'd always assumed it was just one of his tall tales. But now, I wasn't so sure. A gust of wind rustled the oak by the lake, the one with my father's ashes beneath it. I stared at it for a long moment, feeling a strange mix of anger and determination. Reed finally broke the silence. You gonna stay here tonight? Yeah, I am. If they're hiding something, they're not going to get a chance to move it while I'm gone. He nodded. I'll swing by in the morning. We'll talk to the county clerk about freezing the property records. They're not selling a single brick of this place till we figure it out. As his SUV rolled away, I leaned against my truck, watching the hotel's lit windows flicker against the darkening sky. Somewhere inside, Karen was probably plotting her next move. But for the first time in months, standing on my own land, I felt like my dad was right there with me under that oak tree, silent, but watching. And I promised myself, whatever secret Karen was guarding, I was going to drag it into the light, even if it meant tearing the whole hotel down brick by brick.